Okay, so what do you want to do today? Do you want to do me telling my story? Or do you want to do your Matt Central?
I want to do some Patreon shout outs.
Do it.
Then I want to get into my little true criminal segment.
Love
and
it.
then I want to get into part uno of
my
yours.
story. Do you remember your song though that you were
Hello? You remember? Okay, let me answer your question with a question. Do you remember the chorus to Bop?
Yes, I do. And actually I went into a store the other day and the gentleman that was taking my cash, someone called him a cashier.
Yes.
He said to me, "Are you wearing a Hanson shirt?" And I said, "Thank you so much for noticing."
Oh my God.
And then as I was leaving the store, I was like, bop. And I'm like, yeah. Dancing out of the store. He was like, "You're a loser. Don't come back here."
I love it. I love it.
I was like, "It's a big tune." He's like, "No, it's not."
Oh my God, are you wearing a Hanson shirt? Yes, thank you so much.
I was like, a lot of people don't notice it.
That is
But you
beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. So why don't you get into your Patreons or
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to start with Danielle Ferguson. I want to thank Danielle for joining the Patreon site. And just a quick reminder, if you are on the fence about Patreon, you're like, I don't know if I want to do it or not. And then you finally decide, yeah, it's for me. I hear about the Facebook group. I want to get extra episodes. I want to get early content.
I want Matt to welcome me in a cameo style video. Legally, we have to
Yes, cameo style, cameo-esque. There was some controversy. I did ask somebody if they wanted to join me on a murderous rampage.
You can't do that.
That was, yes, legally. It was legally and truthfully, it was for animals. Squirrels, chipmunks, and skunks and rabbits, specifically for getting into
we
my
just
garden.
lost all of our PETA followers.
I thought I loved animals. I thought I loved them all God's creatures. I really did. I'm like, I always kind of said and prided myself in being an
You know what? I
animal
could have said
lover.
you didn't.
Yeah.
If someone asked, does he? I would have been like,
I know he hates
probably
them.
not.
You get into my peas and my carrots in my garden.
Oh, God. Don't mess with old man McLean's garden.
No, I'm going to murder you.
I don't think we're allowed to say the M word on YouTube. I mean, not like we're monetizing anything anyways. At this point, I think we've got about 4.5 subscribers.
Well, hello.
And 3 of them are me.
Who's the halfer? Like a kid or a little person or just somebody with like not full access to their own account?
Somebody who meant to subscribe to something else.
They just want something scary.
They did it. Yeah, they did it, but they're not going to watch anything.
I want to thank Hannah Kay. We also had Leslie join up Patreon this week, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
The past 7 days.
Mm-hmm. That's a week.
Yep. Very exciting. Stephanie B, Jillian, and I believe, and you can correct me, is that Izzy?
Yes,
Izzy?
it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy, maybe short for Isabel?
Isabella, even maybe.
Nice.
Wow.
Which a lot of people say Bella. I like she went Izzy.
You know what?
That's a big nickname name.
It's a bold choice.
Right?
She was probably like, Bella's very pretty. It is a very pretty name, but a lot of people are naming their little tiny dogs that.
Oh, yes. Why is it from Twilight?
I have no idea.
I thought it was Twilight.
I don't know. I think just because they're pretty and dainty, and that's kind of a pretty and dainty name, but it's unfortunate for the people that are at a dog park. And
you got to
like,
call.
who keeps calling me? Yes, stranger? No, I was talking to my chihuahua.
Bella. Uh-huh. Yeah, what's up? Hey, you calling me? Bella, stop licking yourself. I wish. Am I right?
So I guess, yeah. Do you want to do, we want to, because we have to break up these cases, right?
Mhm.
So I guess we'll just attach the Patreons right to your Matt Central.
Yes.
Let's just hop right in.
Yeah. All right. Let me,
Are you ready?
yeah, I'm going to pull up my little thing here.
I'm excited. Your last one was so much fun.
Thank you. And I'm just going to do the theme song here. Matt will talk about, you will hear about a true criminal.
I like that it kind of fades too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like a little participation.
Thank you so
on your
much.
end. Thank you with that hi-hat. I have a couple of sources I want to get out of the way here. The Guardian, NJ.com, which is a New Jersey news information site. The Miami Herald, and you'll find out later where I went to the website drugs.com.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's in there. And I'm going to put a couple of accusations out first.
Wow.
On this person. And then maybe you could decide whether these fall into the category of harmless office pranks, a
Okay.
la Jim putting Dwight's stapler in
That's
Jello,
great. That's so good.
or if it's demeaning and demoralizing acts by a depraved human being, as some lawsuits state. So,
Wow. That's very
so
different.
listen, again, I don't want to influence your decision.
Is there poo involved?
Accusations.
Oh, boy.
Taking a dump on the floor is the very first accusation, is taking a dump on the office floor.
Mm-hmm.
Spiking the office coffee with drugs. I'll tell you which kind of drugs in a little bit and what
Okay.
kind of interactions they may have with each other. Shaving his body hair over people. And
That's the
their
worst one. Take a shit on the floor all day.
and their food.
Oh,
Stabbing
What?
yeah, go ahead.
what? How are these people just allowing, like,
Mm.
are you just like at a computer? Like, come on.
Yeah, I can't wait to
Okay.
answer all of your questions. Stabbing a coworker with a hypodermic needle. Oh, let me finish here. In the penis.
You know what? You had me at hypodermic needle. That is a crime.
Would sneak hot peppers into employees' food.
No, that's not so
Spike
bad.
their food with like cayenne pepper and jalapenos. Would send pride flags and sex toys to the home of a colleague, and would retaliate constantly against anybody who brought up any issues, including a person of color, after they complained of racial harassment. And he would kind of put them on the night shift, cut off their overtime. And
Oh, he was a person of authority.
today we are going to talk about the North Bergen Police Department in New Jersey, more specifically, the chief of police, Robert Farley, and his alleged, quote, reign of terror over the police department.
He was auditioning for Jersey Shore. That's what was happening.
A spokesperson for the town of North Bergen said the claims are false and outrageous, and they have full confidence in the chief's leadership.
I don't.
One of the offers, so this is a lawsuit. This is based
No
on a
shit.
lawsuit that a lot of officers have brought forth against the state of New Jersey, the police department, everybody really in authority there
Jesus.
that you can think of.
Well, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Just get him to take his shirt off.
Just
If he has no body hair,
if there's
guilty. Lock him up.
It's patches. One of the officers that's in the lawsuit alleges that Chief Farley had on several occasions pulled his pants down and defecated on the floor in front of the entire office staff.
That's what you're arresting people for. What are you talking about? Like that, you're not supposed to do that.
No. And I would love to know. I read a couple articles, couldn't find the context.
I don't think you need any.
No, you're right. It's wrong, but I'm just
Is
like,
he a toddler?
is it a statement? Is it like, you know what? That's what I think of you guys.
It's a statement piece. He's like, come in, guys. This is where I keep the pile of shit that I just did.
Oh, God. Okay, now this I can't fault him for. I find this part pretty hilarious. He would also leave feces on the bathroom floor and hope somebody would step in it. That's just funny pranks. It's not all bad stuff.
Matt, that is disgusting. You're not allowed to use the bathroom here.
One
anymore.
of
You're an animal.
one of the people in the lawsuits, one of his I guess former best friends, like longtime friend.
Or still best friend that just won't admit to it.
He alleges in the lawsuit that the chief chased him around the office, right? Like a small room, kind of like this, until he got him in the corner. The guy had nowhere to go. And that's when the chief pulled out the hypodermic needle and stuck it in his penis, drawing blood from said penis, to which his friend said, from that point on, the chief created a hostile work environment.
I would argue probably a little bit before that.
You could maybe
Like
ride
minutes.
that back sheer minutes before. Yeah.
To me, that sounds like a bigger issue. Like you're not just drawing blood from your friend just for a little laugh. Like I would
Yeah.
worry about, I don't know
Piercing a-
even what I'd worry about. But I
Piercing a
don't.
testicle or popping a vein.
But why are you taking blood from me too? Like, do you need clean blood for some sort of a?
The chief did say in his defense that this guy could not handle a joke.
That you know what?
He couldn't take
Fair
a
enough.
joke.
Fair enough.
So-
He sounds like a real wet rag.
You never just like josh around, like, like towel snap your husband, draw a little blood from his wiener with a hypodermic.
only when I have a hyper, and it's not all the time, but yes, when I have one just in my pocket. Like, what were your thoughts when you put that in your pocket that day?
Yes.
I'm going to draw blood from my friend's dick.
Oh, you know what? The premeditation. Yes, that is a great point. Yes. Where do you get? Yes.
And his wife's like, what you doing with that needle there? Oh, you know, Robert, I'm going to take some blood out of his dick. She's like, you are.
You love stabbing wieners. And our vows, when you put that in there, I didn't think it would ever come up again.
Classic you.
The statement from his former friend, by the way, continued to say he would shave his body hair on people's property, including their food and on their body. He was also fond, the terminology I don't fully get. He was also fond.
You know, I could take that. I do. I enjoy good shaving my body over someone's hair or someone's food.
And over their hair, I'm sure. He was fond of scraping fluids from his underwear onto people
What fluids?
seated in the office. There's never a good underwear fluid.
And you never can scrape fluid.
That was the jarring thing to me. And I'm like, okay, there has been.
My kids aren't like, can you scrape me up some orange juice?
No, but if you poured milk on like the bottom of a black shirt, you could scrape that in about 15 to 20 minutes.
I want to die.
The complainant's son, okay, former best friend, his son also works in the department.
Why would you let your kid work there?
Said he, yeah, right.
Like, you know what, Dad? I want to be a cop just like you. Okay, literally go anywhere
There
else.
it goes.
Do you want someone to scrape their underwear fluid on you? Don't work here.
The complainant's son said that he saw the chief putting Viagra and Adderall into the office coffee pot, stirring it until the pills dissolved, and then waited for somebody to drink the coffee. Oh, you're the worst. Oh, just cops with boners. You know why I pulled you? Oh, my God.
Just hyper cops.
Fired up cops.
Very attention. Very
Would you like to
focused.
sit in my boner? I have so many veins in my boner. I have 36 veins in my boner. I can count them all right now. You want me to do it? I'll do it right now. Here we go.
Okay, devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Maybe this was why he needed to draw blood from.
Right.
It was just, it passed the 4 mark hour.
Right.
We
Yes.
need to get this thing flaccid again.
That, you know what?
Stat.
I got to relieve some of the pressure.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Nice.
I did this and now I'm going to undo it.
And it's inappropriate to jerk off a coworker in a police department. So you'd have
He's the
to.
chief.
Yeah, you can't be. There's 2 ways to get rid of a
This
boner.
is a medical issue.
And you ain't gonna do that at work.
Don't be crazy.
Uh,
Not in front of his son.
yeah, that's right. I did look it up. There were no interactions found between Adderall and Viagra. However, this does not necessarily mean no interactions exist. Always consult your healthcare provider.
Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacist. I don't think that Adderall and Viagra, those are 2 things that are just going to get you jacked right up and mess up with your heart and your blood, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think that those things should be like, especially at the same time. Maybe like you take your Adderall in the morning, you take your boner pill a little bit after dinner.
Yeah, okay. Like
Yeah.
an evening time thing.
Something with garlic, maybe thicken up that blood a little bit, you know? Or does garlic loosen blood? Again, I'm not a doctor.
I know we're having fun. I do not want these lighthearted hijinks to take away from the fact that this guy, true bona fide, like first ballot Hall of Famer in the piece of shit Hall of Fame.
So what happened to him?
Well, we don't. I don't have any updates just yet. As this lawsuit is about a month and a half old, so it's just.
So
been
is he on
filed.
paid leave right now? Is he still just shaving things off of his own body onto other people's food?
I don't believe he is on paid leave. I never read anything that said he was out of work. The only thing I read about currently is the statement of support from the town. So I think he's working. I think
Wow.
he's still working.
This is the guy you want in charge of like your safety.
That's right.
Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah, so he is also a racist and would
Yeah.
make racist remarks to coworkers of color and then retaliate against them when they made a complaint that there's racism in the office, and he would deny them promotions, make them work the night shift, and cut overtime.
Gross.
Yeah.
I would also, you know, tend to think that maybe there's a little bit of homophobia as well if he was as a joke sending pride
Mhm.
stuff to people's homes because he thought that that was funny. That's got to lend itself to some sort of
Yeah.
him thinking that somebody would be embarrassed by that.
Now,
So
I
think
would do that okay, this is Pride Month. One of my favorite things to do is more so than wishing a gay person a happy Pride.
Oh, wish a homophobe.
Oh, it's my fave. Oh, I love it. And so
Yeah, but I don't think-
no, yeah, you're right.
I don't think
You're
Underpants
right.
Scraper is like taking.
Yeah,
the-
you're right. Being
You
like,
know
you know what, homophobe?
I'm gonna
you're
take
right.
a moral stance
Yes,
here.
yes, you're right. He's not doing that.
No, he's not.
No. I want to highlight one more thing though that he did that I did find just hysterical.
Oh God.
He would get a coworker to do homework for his daughter, including having them write a research paper that took several days to complete on company time, by the way.
He's only hurting his own daughter. She's not going to know anything when she goes out into the world.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I hope he gets the day he deserves.
No criminal charges have been filed just yet. And like I said, it doesn't look like he is off leave or anything that I could find. So,
Like, hostile environment at very least. Is,
or like sexual assault. Like, I don't think you can stab somebody in the penis.
you know what?
Sexual violence?
You're right to think that. You are right to think that. That
Thank
is
you.
not something you can do.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Or
That's
maybe
right.
not. Maybe actually it's you.
Hopefully
knew
it's
it.
one of those
You know
common
what? You
sense
knew it.
things. You knew you shouldn't stab people in the cocks.
Wow, you did not disappoint with number 2.
Not fantastic. What a yeah.
What's his name again?
Farley. I think it was
Robert, you said.
Yeah. Bob Farley.
Bobby Farles.
Like, just, you think that people like that in that type of you just hold them to a higher standard.
You know what? Now,
You
though,
know?
all I can think of is just Chris Farley with that like manic laugh that he did, and then just shaving his body over someone. You know. Oh God. Well, okay.
Yeah.
That was I'm gonna look into that because that's horrific. Okay, we're fading in.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, I wanna hear the whole song.
Is there a Fate song?
No, I want to hear the whole.
Matt just talked about. You just heard about a true criminal.
Maybe.
Yeah, right. A true person named in a lawsuit. No criminal charges have been filed as yet.
Okay. Thanks for listening, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.